Hey everybody, it's Ben Capozzi with Broad Shoulders Farm, and it's Monday. What is today? September 21st or 22nd? I'm sorry, I don't know. But it's one of those 2 days, 2020. And hey Hootman, I'm walking past the rooster run here, the bachelor pad, but I was in my car resting for a minute after planting some shrubs and digging some holes, and charging up my phone because I wanted to record a short video about what's going on. So let me get into position and I'll flip the camera around and I'll show you a cool thing, I think. All right, so this patch up here is part of the 3 to 5 acres or so that I rotate the poultry through, and have my garden set up over there. But you can tell that the chickens were here. They were here actually July through August, I would say, and you can see where the ground was laid bare by them. I've mowed in here a couple times too, but I mean, they're the ones who took this pasture down to the dirt, which is great. It's what I need them to do. And they get lots of food while they're doing it, and I get lots of organic matter added to the soil up here in a continuously improving process. But yeah, you can tell, like right here there was one of their mobile chickshaws, and there was another one down there and another one down there near those elderberries. But I'm working on a new plan to seasonally graze the laying flocks through here, and the idea is to, just briefly, the idea is to get the birds in these different areas of the farm for a month or so, where they have a tremendous amount of natural, perennial, fresh food and forage. We give our birds chick starter year-round. They've got a non-GMO chick starter that we get from a local feed supplier, and they also get free choice grains. So usually that's wheat and sunflowers, sunflower seeds. In the fall or in winter we add corn, and then in the summer we take the corn away. But that's their primary diet. It's all free choice. But then of course they're allowed to, not allowed, they're encouraged to come out here and graze up here in the former orchard, which I am restoring. So be that, and you can see the apple trees in the background there. There's another one farther in the back, and you can see the poultry fencing back there. That's where all 3 of the main laying flocks are right now. They're in a space that's about, what is it, 123 that way and 123 that way. It's 3 Premier One poultry nets, and it's like a quarter of an acre. It's a lot of space for them, and they're very happy. But previously they were here in 3 separate paddocks, and the idea is that next year they'll be back here, and in continuing years they'll be back here. But let me just talk about the plantings that I'm doing. I've kind of created a little map of the orchard on a piece of paper, and I've got it divvied up into quadrants where I can move the birds. I used to move them every week, and then that started to become a bit of a burden because it's just me, and I've got, 150 birds at the time, 3 different paddocks, 3 different chickshaws to move, 30 to 50 birds in each chickshaw. It just became a lot, and it was taking me longer and longer than a single week to move the birds. So this is all part of an effort to make things easier and cut back on my feed bill, to put them in larger areas for a longer amount of time, where they still have a lot of really high quality grub. So what I've got here is a space that is about, I think it's like 34 or more, maybe closer to 40 before we get to the space that I want to leave here in the tree line, by 140, I think, feet if we go all the way back that way. I ruled it out with the measuring wheel there, and I've got it set up. But anyhow, it's going to be a pretty good sized paddock for them. And along the bottom row here, I'm going to be planting some hazelnuts, which will bear in the fall. I'm going to interplant those with black locust, which will provide shade and be an excellent mulch plant. Lots of nitrogen. It'll also fix nitrogen in the soil. And in early summer, late spring, May, I will have flowers, which are edible and also really excellent for the pollinators. But I think I forgot to say that May and September are when, according to my plan, and you know how plans go sometimes, but we've got to start somewhere. May and September are the 2 times a year that the birds will be in this area here. It starts with a paddock back there, and it goes March, and then a paddock over here, and that's April. This is May. Behind me is a large paddock that's going to be June, and then they go all the way back to July, August, September. Paddock behind me, November, and then in December they go back to that paddock there, and then they go into separate winter quarters I've got for them in January and February, which are the 2 coldest months that we have here. The rest of the time they can pretty much be out and about. They could be out and about year round. When it gets to be that cold, I don't like to be lugging water and feed that far away from where the main water and feed lines are, which is up there, which is where I'm setting up their winter quarters. So anyhow, let's talk about the plants in here. So September bearing hazelnuts, May bearing, in terms of the edible flowers, black locust. I've got a couple American persimmons that I'm going to put back here. They're Proc is the variety. They get to be about maybe 20 feet tall, and they produce in early to mid-September around here, so they'll go perfect there. The middle aisle here is going to be an alternating row of apples and pears, apple trees and pear trees that bear in September. And then the tippy top row is what I was working on today here at the top of the slope. And what I've got is a row of fruiting shrubs. I've got wild or naturalized elderberry here that's already on the farm back there. I'm going to trim all that up this fall once they lose their leaves and they go dormant, and I'm going to really clear that out quite a bit. And the material that I take out of there, I'm going to propagate. An elder is very easy to propagate at the right time of year. You can just stick it in the ground, which is what I'm going to do. And just have it elsewhere on the farm, which is great because this variety ripened late July, early August. Variety, it's wild. It's not a cultivar that was planted here. It just is here. So it's a little off schedule for what I want. So I'm going to be propagating it in the paddocks back there. That would be August and July. But I'll leave that where it is. I'm not going to dig them all up. Elder are kind of difficult to remove, but I can definitely trim it back, clean it up a bit. So then it goes elder and Powderblue blueberry, which is a late blueberry, and then Trent berry, which is a blueberry huckleberry cross, gets to be about 6 feet tall, and it ripens at the same time as Powderblue, and then another elderberry. I'm still doing research on an elder that ripens a little later, so late August or September, so that it would be appropriate for this spot. The naturalized one is not going to work. Like I said, I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to clean it up and I'm going to propagate it elsewhere around the farm. But the spaces up here that I have, I want to fill with another different elderberry variety. And I've got my this post and the black ones here to the left all the way down indicate sort of where the mobile fencing is going to go. And then 3 feet inside of it is where I've set up my row. And so you can see there's a Powderblue blueberry. There's a hole for a Trent berry. We got to go pick them up this week. There's a hole for an elder. I've got to figure out which variety is going to go in there. There's the hole for the Trent berry. There's the next Powderblue blueberry. 10 feet more. There's the hole for the next elderberry. 10 feet away from that. Hole for the next Trent berry. 7 feet away from that. Next blueberry, and so on and so forth. So the blueberries and the Trent berries are 7 feet apart. They're smaller bushes. The elders get big and like to sucker, so they've got 10 feet of space between them and anything else. So that's what's going on here. I'm pretty excited about it. I hear a lot of crowing and a lot of chat. The lads are ready for their evening meal. Hey guys. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, Angelo. Hey, good boy. So I'm going to work on getting these dudes fed and also give an evening snack to the main flocks that are back there. But that's a thing that I'm working on now. That's a cool thing that's happening. And I'm also out here, just real quick, I'm constantly out here throwing out cover crop seeds every time it rains. And we had rain here about, what is today, Monday? Thursday and Friday we had a really good amount of rain, so I threw out a bunch of winter peas, and I don't see them germinating yet, but the clover and radish that I threw out are definitely starting to germinate. So that's exciting. We're getting, you know, perennial clover here, and radish will make for an excellent bit of fresh greens even as the weather turns. You can see that I've been putting this stuff out here before. There's some radish. That's horse nettle. There's some radish. Look at all this. You guys probably recognize that's mustard. You know, as we get ready for cold crops, I'm just throwing as much stuff out here as I can to improve the quality of forage. Even though the chickens aren't going to be moved here this year, I'm kind of building this year as opposed to bringing them here naturally, because like I said, it was just September. Here we are in September. They're obviously not here. They're going to stay there. Probably, I'm not going to say how long they're going to stay there, but they're going to stay there probably until I have winter quarters ready. But meanwhile, I have lots of other free-ranging poultry that will come in here. The geese may come in here. The ducks may come in here. I certainly hope they will. They'll love the mustard greens and all the rest of the stuff. My experience with them is that they don't seem interested in the blueberries, so I don't expect them to come in here and defoliate them. And all right, I got to go give these guys a snack. We're at the point now where they're jumping out of the fence to come remind me. Hi, Dawn. All right, I'm coming, guys. Okay, if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, helpful critiques, please feel free to post them below. You can follow the farm at Broad Shoulders here on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook. Okay, wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day, and please stay safe. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.